Welcome to the Reloading Podcast here on the Firearms Radio Network. Today, we shall be speaking about the Frankford Arsenal FX-10 and maybe some Black Friday specials coming up. But we never get the Black Friday show out in time for the Black Friday ads, so we're not going to spend as much time as we used to till we get caught up. But there's some really bad Ronan Martin quality German World War II Nazi accents for you. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, how you been?
I've been hanging in there. We been busy here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good busy or bad busy?
My wife has me making sourdough bread right now.
How's that going for you?
The bread is good. The work, well, it's a lot of hurry up and wait. So, yeah. Just keep everybody's spirits a little higher, with nice smells coming from the kitchen every once in a while. And as far as reloading goes, I have a new stand that has come in from Rabbit Hole Precision to hold their tool. And it's a very nice stand. Holds the tool very nicely.
You gonna show it off there, sir?
I'm going to show off the stand here. And it is right here. And I don't know if we can get a good picture of it. Let's see.
Probably gonna either back up a little bit from the camera or
let's
put something
go
behind
there. And you'll see that it's been laser engraved with Rabbit Hole Precision in a hologram.
Mm-hmm.
And there too, with Rabbit Hole Precision.
Nice.
And let me grab a quick tool here.
Paul, you got dark.
Yeah,
that's a hell of a tan real quick.
Yeah. Backlighting too much.
Mm-hmm.
And with the gauge mounted in the tool.
Nice.
Very nice. He has these on sale now.
Very good.
They're for your Black Friday here. They're $100 a piece, and they're set up for holding the tool when you get them. So they're engraved and laser engraved and set up to hold the tool. So all you need to do is insert your tool and go from there.
That's what she said.
Yeah. And he has a couple of new options coming out. If you want to measure rim thickness on 22 caliber long rifles, short or longs, or 22 magnums, you'll be able to measure rim thickness on that, so you can sort your 22 ammunition that way too. And coming out in the near future will be a way to measure shoulder bump and a way to sort bullets with it too. So yeah, he's got some new things coming out.
Nice.
And yeah, so you guys thinking of something for Christmas or Black Friday?
There you go.
You can go to Rabbit Hole Precision and take a look at what Bench Attic is out there selling. So it's remarkable how many different things you can do with that tool.
Yeah.
I have learned a lot with it.
Yeah.
So that's what's been going on here. I know we got a few people still missing. We got
Yeah.
Nick and Ray are still in Texas.
I thought they were
They're back.
back home.
Oh,
I don't
hey,
know.
look who's here. Wow, I haven't seen you in a long time. How
No,
you
it's
been,
been a
sir?
minute. Good, Paul. Good. Busy, but
Nice
good.
to see you. Nice to see you. The shutdown hurt you any?
No, my office, we're funded a year out, so the shutdown didn't affect my office at the VA because we're mental
Thank
health
God.
counseling.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Yep.
So didn't affect us. We had some friends, like some fellow vets, that worked for USDA here and Small Business Administration. They were furloughed. One of my coworkers' wife is a higher up in Homeland Security, was furloughed, but still one of the ones that was mandatory to go to work. So she'll get her back pay now and all that good stuff. But yeah, only affected a few people around here.
Yeah, my daughter was okay with everything the way it was going on because they had enough in their budget to last through the end of the year. But after that, it was going to be shut down. So, and that would have been interesting to see what would have happened with the ships. But yeah, really good to see you. You've been out
Yeah.
hunting yet?
Yes, no bull. Been up. When did bull season start? Mid October. Been up as much as I can on basically every weekend. Took a few days off here and there. There has been no sign of elk anywhere. I've been all over my brother-in-law's ranch. And he basically said they haven't seen it any elk for the most part since the end of September. So, but you still see people come down from other ranches. So it could be just a matter of where they're currently feeding and finding water, what have you.
You getting any snow to move them?
No. We had one, I think I sent a picture to you guys. That was a dusting that we had one time overnight. Other than that, it's already gone. There's no accumulation anywhere. I was
Without
kind of,
snow, they don't move without snow.
yeah, and that's why I was kind of hoping. We had a cold front come through this last weekend. So I was kind of hoping that might push them a little bit from the higher stuff down to the lower elevation up on the mountain. But at the same time, it's still pretty warm. Like this weekend, I think when I went out, it was in the 30s, but by midday, it was in the mid 60s. So it is what it is. I still elk season doesn't end till the end of December. So the bull tag now converts to a cow calf. So I now have 2 cow calf tags, and Stacy's got a cow calf tag to fill.
Oh, good, good. How about deer? Any deer moving?
We got deer all over the place around us, but I didn't put in for a deer tag this year because
Whitetail or muleys?
muleys. There's some whitetail up towards the in-laws ranch up there, but when it comes to deer and antelope, we tend to put in for our property just because by the time we get done work, it's easier just to grab the rifle, go out on our acreage and see if we can see something.
But you got all kinds of them on your place.
Yeah, but Stacy, it was weird. Stacy didn't draw her deer tag. I
Oh,
put in for antelope, um, and then one of the neighbors' ranches actually had some antelope hunters, and yeah, it's just, and you could tell this guy was guiding some first time hunters just by watching them, and there was an older guy, probably in his 70s, that we literally watched from our back deck. This old guy, felt bad for him because obviously a young new guide. He gave him a rifle that was way too heavy for the guy. Got him within 150 yards of this antelope, and he just held that rifle up so long you could start seeing it do this. And
oh,
he
geez.
took a shot, and Stacy saw the impact. It was well over the antelope, and of course they just.
Yeah.
But I
I
was
don't
like,
know. I don't know why they do that. I mean, I've been going out and doing some uh, steel challenge shooting with
mhm,
one of our listeners, Ken Brown, and I took some videos of it the other day, the last match, and I saw myself. Okay, I'm in my 70s. Okay, and I saw myself out there, and I go, "Boy, I'm getting slow." That was, enlightening.
yeah. Well, when we saw the old guy take that shot, and it's like Stacy's like, "Do you think those antelope will probably circle around to our backside of our property?" I was like, "There's a good chance," but I go, "I don't want to go." I go, you can tell it's probably his first hunt, and it's probably one of these bucket lists that you want to do." I'll go, "Let them shoot it." I go, "I don't want to shoot something out from somebody else." I'm like, "They
Yeah,
want to come on our property, they can do that." Went over and told them, "You can come if you guys find it and it's coming on us. Go ahead. Good luck."
that's nice. That's
Yeah,
nice. Yeah, like you say, 70-year-old bucket list.
yeah,
Yeah, give them a good, nice lightweight 6 millimeter.
yeah. And I don't know what he was shooting, but you could just tell. I mean, this older guy probably weighed maybe 80 pounds soaking wet, and they just gave him a rifle, that an older hunting rifle that
Yeah,
was on the heavier side.
uh, yeah, yeah. But well, at least you're getting out hunting. That's good.
Yeah,
That's good. How's the house coming?
we
Got it
are.
together?
It is basically put together. I got some little touch-up paint in the pantry. I converted the old reloading room over to a pantry because I'm not out up in the bonus room. It's like, right, well, go figure. You run out of space real quick.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Murphy's Law number 3. Yeah.
yeah, and so I converted that over. I did all the built-in shelves, complete wraparound, put our gun safe in there, built that in. So good luck if somebody breaks in the house trying to get that out. If you get that out of the house and out of there, you've earned it. Uh, but yeah, I told Stacey, I go, if you fill this pantry up, we need to rethink what we're doing as far as prepping and storing. And I think she took that as a challenge accepted. Because literally, we'll stock up on stuff because there's always a chance that the road gets shut down because of snow or whatever. And so we get a lot of things that will last for a while. And I walked in there and I was like, holy crap, we have no space for anything now. How did it get this full?
Okay. Last question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Have you reordered your lathe yet?
No, no, I'm at the point now. I'm probably gonna give up on that one because I've got a good friend that's a gunsmith. He's actually making suppressors. He's got his own line of suppressors, and I've kind of partnered with him that if I need a barrel spun or something, I can just bring it over to him and he'll put it in to get it spun up for me.
There you go.
Is he going to teach you?
He said if I wanted to, but I was like, dude, I ain't got no
Learn to do
time.
it. Learn to do it.
It's just trying to find time because you work full time, then you're running around for
Yeah,
this
you
and
work
that.
full time, and don't worry. After January, what comes around, you can sit down and
Mhm.
run over and learn to bear, to spin one up.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
Did you see that from Raggle Fraggle?
Okay, I can do that.
But yeah, learn to spin one up. Hell, I thought about trying to get my equipment back from Missouri, and I keep coming up with it ain't worth it. And so I'm looking at buying a small milling machine first.
Mm.
So that equipment's just sitting there chilling in Missouri on your property?
Yeah. The cost is besides the move is getting the electricity then
Mm.
too, because it's all three phase,
Yeah.
and that gets expensive to run it into the house or the garage. But a small lathe, I can swing a $1,500-$1,600 lathe milling machine, and yeah, that works. But it's to move that equipment from Missouri and having it brought here is somewhere in the $3,000 to $4,000 range. When I was young and when I moved it there, it was no problem. I had the equipment and trailers to do it all.
Mm-hmm. But you said it's all three phase for both?
It's all three phase, yeah, for both. You can get a converter and run it with a converter, but they're not as handy as having regular three phase run. But I got 220 in the garage here, and I can run a 220 milling machine without a problem.
Nice.
Single phase. So trying to find one that's made in Taiwan instead of China.
Yeah.
What is it? Precision Matthews, I think, is making all their stuff in Taiwan.
Right. Except they want 3 for their. Yeah. And I'm looking at 1,500, something like that, 220, $1.25, $1.50 horsepower. I find one. So, Mike,
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, I had a health scare on Tuesday, which I'm still not sure what's going on with it. So, bottom line is Tuesday night after the podcast, was letting the dogs out. Hadn't done anything really strenuous or anything, and all of a sudden got really dizzy. Went over and sat on the couch and passed out, and was out of it. And so I got an ambulance trip, my first ever ambulance ride. To the hospital. The worst part is they don't know why. Ran all the labs and all the tests and everything came back fine.
So it isn't detox then, right?
No. No, they have no idea. Friday I get a event monitor, which sucks because now I can't go deer hunting. And there's been deer walking by the stand that I'm supposed to be hunting out of all the time. So It would have been
That
yeah.
hurts.
Well, especially considering I've never actually harvested a deer. So 24 years, no luck. So anyway,
Well,
um,
we
you know,
hope
I
you hope your tests come back and it was just an event. That's all. Just something that happened. And
yep. So yeah, so I get the event monitor Friday, and then I get to wear that for 28 days. GP. So
yeah, well, I got one on right now, so.
yep.
But I got a few years on you too, quite a few.
Yeah, you know. So I'm looking at some Black Friday ads here.
Oh, there we go.
If I remember, Big Fives are more of like a safety Dunhams. They don't really have anything cool. Although they did have an air rifle on the front page, so I thought that was kind of surprising.
Does Chris have any Black Friday deals coming up?
He bailed. He's like, no, I got enough guys. They got a bunch of knives on sale. Yeah. Looks like all they do is air rifles and air pistols. I don't see any firearms, so that's enough of that. I'm trying to squirrel a little bit of money away so I can get some memory upgraded on this Mac Mini. And in the background, I'm listening to the Red Wings going off on the Kraken. By the way, anybody listening? Oh, never mind. They probably will. It'll probably be gone by the time they hear this. So, I was gonna say one of our listeners that's in Discord is looking to get rid of a safe. Nice Fort Knox. Nothing in Sportsman's Warehouse. Rural King looks like they do pre-Black Friday. So they don't actually do a Black Friday and all that fun stuff. So Fleet Farm got a couple of 20. They've got the Rock Island 22, and then they've got the Rock Island single shot shotguns on sale for $90. If you're looking for a drop gun, they've got the Taurus G3C for 190. By the way, that is Ghetto Mag capable. For those of you who don't know what Ghetto Mag capable means, it does take the 29 rounder from what the hell's the name of that cheap ass mag company?
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought maybe I saw some reloading stuff on here. I'm not sure. I forgot to look. Are we actually successfully live on Rumble? What the heck? It appears we're not. I did it the same way I did it last week. Last week we were live. This week we're not.
Oh, jeez.
Frickin' Rumble. Anyway. That's good, though. That means I can close that window and use more space here. Ice shanties. Vexilars. Hunting blinds. Tree stands. Cameras. Although, honestly, if you're looking for a cellular trail camera, there really isn't anything I can recommend other than the Cabela's for $100. It's literally a Tacticam innards. Customer support is provided by Tacticam. Tacticam built the app and everything. The pictures are amazing. And they just work. And the cell signal is amazing. So looks like Fleet Farm's got some guns on sale. They've got the Woodstock Ruger 1022s for $200. Ooh, that's not a bad deal. Winchester SXPs, if you're looking for an entry level 12 gauge, $189.99.
Ah, okay.
And the SXPs are a good solid gun. The barrels hold up well, even if you put slugs through your turkey choke, but they do bulge. So they've got the Athlon Rangecraft for $299. That was what I saw.
Nice.
Whole page dedicated to Milwaukee sales. Whole page dedicated to DeWalt sales.
Well, Murdoch's has got a SIG 320 on sale from $519 to $374.
Yeah, let me run out and grab that. I'll bet you can get one of Cabela's used cheaper because they were told to buy them for like $100 or $150. That's all they were going to give them when I still worked there. All right, well, that's all for that. Let's see if Midway USA Cyber Week deals November 21st through December 1st. So the week after. But they're not telling you what it is. You rat bastards. It looks like they were jacking the prices and then they're going to drop back down. Oh, no, that's from 2 years ago. Never mind. From our guns. Let's see here. Brownells Black Friday 2025. Ooh. So they have Forster Coax bundle with free handle and cover for $350. Ooh, Bad Lover for $23.24. Not bad. Magazines up to Yin Yang. Small Magnum, small rifle Magnum primers, $65.99 a brick, or 1,000, I should say, from CCI, and they actually have them in stock. That Magpul X22 adjustable stock for the 1022s. There's different options on them, so it's $100 to $118, so it's a little bit off. They got the really nice Wheeler's Engineering Armor's handgun sight tool for $132.59. So that's $20 off. CCI large crystal primers. $55.99 for 1,000.
Wow.
The Garmin Zero C1 Pro is $499.99. So that's $100 off. They did have CCI small pistol primers on sale for $54.99 for 1,000, but they're out of stock. But you can always do the notify me. A lot of AR parts, a lot of Magpul AR parts. Ooh, the ATN X-Sight 4K Pro 5-20 Smart day-night rifle scope for $399.99. That's $400 off. Let's see what else here. Bortec proof positive bore sticks cleaning rods are on sale. So some cleaning stuff.
I know to answer Raggles looking for spotting scopes, it looks like Midway USA is going to be running Cyber Week sale. They've got some of the stuff already on sale, especially with the Vortex spotting scopes.
Yeah. Let's see here. Small rifle primers are $55.99. CCI. Forster Sammy rimless headspace gauges are on sale. Number 34 large rifle military primers for 7.62 are $80.99 for 1,000. Lapua 308 Winchester brass is on sale. Wheeler Engineering's fat wrench. The manual one's on sale for $56, so that's $1 off. Forster ultra micrometer seating dies are on sale. The Hornaday lock and load progressive press is on sale for $100 off. Brownells has got their optics on sale. A lot of AR stuff here. I wish there was a way to sort this better, but there isn't. Ooh, Rife and Nestor Company steel taps are on sale. Forster 3-in-1 case mouth cutter is $65, so that's on sale for like $8 off. Redding body dies are on sale.
Always good to have those.
Oh yeah. Starline brasses on some of it's on sale. RCBS full length dies are on sale. Hornaday bullets are on sale. Hornaday rifle dies are on sale. Hornaday 22 on sale. Ooh. That's not a hell of a deal. They've got Winchester Super X2 or Super X ammo on sale for 8 cents a round. That's not a deal. Now 4 cents a round, that'd be a deal. For 22, yeah. That's what prices I want. Actually, I want cheaper than that.
And he wants to shoot Ely too.
No, I just want 2 cents a round. Back a buck a box. That's what I want. Is that too much to ask for? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Forster crossbolt die lock rings are on sale. CCI large rifle primers and large rifle magnum primers are on sale, but looks like large rifles are out of stock. Shocker. A lot of barrels. More Starline brass on sale. Forster full-length sizing dies are on sale. Forster's coax primer seeders on sale. Hornady Classic lock and load reloading kit is on sale. That's the one that comes with the classic O-press and powder thrower and some other stuff. Yeah, I'm sure there's some. Somebody just said JK Armament is running a sale. Buy a can, get a free 9mm can. So that's not a bad deal. Ooh, the ATN Excite 4 Pro or 4K Pro 3 to 14 is $369.99, down from $699.99. Oh, I can filter just by reloading. Hot damn. That's much better. RCBS Trim Pro 3-way cutters are on sale. Remington large pistol primers are $72.99 for 1,000. RCBS shell holders on sale. More Hornady bullets on sale. Remington small rifle primers $53.99 for 1,000. That's the six and a halfs. So I think those are aren't those the
Those aren't the bench rests. No,
no, those are I think the AR
low
ones.
Pressure. No, they're the low pressure ones.
Oh, okay. Redding Deluxe 3-die sets are on sale, $99 to $204.99.
There's a good price, guys.
Yeah, it is. Forster's Datum Dial Ammo Measuring System on sale, $78.29 to $113.39, depending on what sort of goodies you want with it. Remington Small Pistol Primers on sale for $68.99. Forster Case Trimmer on sale for $96. That's $3 off. Not a big deal. Some more Hornady bullets, some Nosler 22 cal bullets. Forster Neck Reamer on sale. Alliant Powder on sale. Redding Competition Bushing Neck Die sets on sale. Inline Fab, Ergo Roller, lever on sale.
That's a must-have.
The Forster Original Trimmer kits on sale. Federal primers are on sale. Gold Match, large rifle, $79.99. Redding full-length sizing dies on sale. Forster full-length sizing dies and bench rest cedar dies on sale. The Lee Precision 6-pack Pro Press Kit, that's on sale, $302 to $389, depending on what goodies you're getting with it. More, the A-tips are on sale. The A-tip matches are on sale. It's a little bit off. So the Hornady full-length custom dies are on sale. The Lock and Load Sonic Cleaners on sale. Forster Universal Bullet Puller. Forster Outside Neck Turner accessories. The Forster handheld outside neck turner is on sale, but it's out of stock, but you can back order it. The Forster bullet puller collets are on sale. The Accu Ring die lock rings are on sale for $8.99, so that's $1 off. I would love to do a 22 arc. So, Forster decapping die assemblies, stuck case remover. What's that? I don't know how to use those. I never needed it.
You never have to use it. The only person I know that can spray brake cleaner in a rifle die and put a case in without lube and come out fine.
Forster coax case and inspection or cartridge inspectors, a couple bucks off. Forster bushing full length ultra micrometer dies are on sale for a little bit off. Ooh, Magtech shot shell brass is on sale. Oh, Nick.
Yeah.
The Hornady custom grade handgun cedar dies are on sale. The Forster bushing bump neck die kits are on sale for $10 off. Redding Type S dies are on sale. The lock and load, the Hornady lock and load ammo plant, which is everything ready to go, both the bullet and the case feeder, $1226.99. That's almost $400 off. Actually, it is $420 off. So if you're into Hornady.
Yeah, that's with the case feeder and the bullet feeder.
Mm-hmm. The Hornady SST 50 cal sabots with the tail on it, so you can just slide the powder on the tail and you drop the whole thing in, are on sale for $5 off. I actually like those, and I've had pretty good luck with them. RCBS rotary case cleaners on sale for a little bit off. Federal shot shell primers, 209s, $60.99 for 1,000. They're out of stock, but they've got to notify me. Winchester 777 209 muzzleloader primers, if you think that that's a really good idea that you should buy specially made muzzleloader primers, are $6.99 for 100 versus the normal $19.99. Hornady premium match grade 2-die set with click adjust micrometer, looks like $25 off. The Forster quick change jaws for the coax are on sale. Some Hornady bullets are on clearance. Clearance. The Forster Coax XL reloading press is on sale for $100 off. I'm not going to tell you what the actual price is, but because I don't think anybody's sitting down.
Chris, I got to get you away from that 6-arc.
You like the 6-arc?
You know, it hasn't been bad. I think when I originally built it, it might have been more than 2 years ago, because I remember you couldn't find brass anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Starline had come out or announced, I think, hell, it might have been even longer than 3 years, because we were at SHOT when Starline announced they're coming up with a 6-arc brass.
Mm-hmm.
And it took a good year, I think, for them to finally hit the shelves, because I finally got the 6-arc brass. But I bought a bunch of the Hornady, both the Precision and the Match and the Precision Hunter. And I'm just still burning through that. I think I got one box left, but I'm probably trashing that ammo because I actually took that arc out to go coyote hunt, and it's been pretty accurate for what it is. Stacy was with me when I was out looking for the antelope, and this antelope, little buck, was probably 150, 200 yards.
Mm-hmm.
I took 2 shots. The first one, I was like, didn't see a single impact. The second one, basically the same thing, but it felt weird on that AR. I looked down, literally, the brass and the bullet was separated. All the powder had burned, and the bullet did not exit.
Oh,
What I,
geez.
because it basically had a
Factory ammo?
factory ammo. I've never ever seen that happen. And Stacy's looking at me like, "Am I?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "It fired. You heard the bang. You can see all the burnt powder residue, but it basically locked back, didn't go into the battery. That brass was sticking, and the bullet was sitting there.
In
I
the
had,
chamber?
yeah,
Oh,
but it fell out when I just picked it up and tapped it on the bottom,
wow.
and it fell back. I was like, I'm lucky I didn't get a squib, but I was like, I've never seen that. I was like, that's interesting because usually if it fired like it did and burned, you'd think that bullet would be further down the
Yeah.
barrel.
Wow.
But after that, I was like, yeah, okay, I'm not using this precision hunter anymore. I'll just start making my own loads.
We'll get you switched over here, Chris. 6 GT.
I'm already thinking, like I told you guys, I'm already thinking about a 33XC. I don't need any more.
Ah!
Well, you know,
I keep picking these damn rounds that are going to cost me an arm and a leg to
you can send
freaking
that
do.
6 arc upper to me, and you know,
Yeah, running with his. I didn't skimp on stuff.
The only problem I have with
hi
with
Todd.
my 6 GT is it weighs 22 pounds.
That's not going to do very well for antelope hunting.
Sure it is. You can just sit there and just wait.
Mm-hmm. Hi Todd, how are you? Are you having a Black Friday sale, Todd? Todd from EP Integrations has joined us. So yeah, it looks like there's some Black Friday sales out there on some guns and stuff. Basically, most of the stuff from Brownells was sale or clearance. Natchez is running a free hazmat over $100. So yeah. All right. Da, 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 da. Nice. Integrally suppressed. 6.5 Grendel. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of sitting and waiting until to see what goes on. It kind of helps I don't have any extra money to spend right now.
Well, I mean, they're saying that they're gonna open it up as far as there's no charge, but they still have to go through NFA.
Yeah, you still have to go through all the.
But they aren't gonna notify the chief law enforcement either.
No, that was removed.
Yeah. So that helps.
Yeah, Silencer Shop actually has had it set up ever since they signed that into effect. That you could, it had 2 options if you were buying through their site. You could fast track it, pay your $200 tax stamp, and go right in now, or basically defer it until after January 1st when that
Yeah.
200 goes away, and they would process your paperwork at that point.
Must be nice to live in a free state.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I am upset with that antelope. I actually was on the backside of property. I mean, my goal is the blaze orange speedo sitting in the hot tub to shoot it. Just saying. Stacy doesn't find that humor, but I'm just like, it's all right, Mike. I'll send pictures, video too.
As long as you send it with that 6-arc upper, we're fine.
Oh, here we go. EP integrations, 5% off site wide until January 2nd, 2026.
Nice.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Site wide till January 2nd, 2026. Either have to watch this episode or the code is Reloading Podcast 5, the number 5 off. So Reloading Podcast, the number 5 off all together. Yeah, some of that stuff's kind of screwy.
Only in America.
Yeah, but they have other stuff that they can't do that we can. So.
Oh, yeah, I know. Like I say, only in America. I can go out and buy the biggest rifle in the world. Chris's 33 XC, and put a 32-inch barrel on it and go out and shoot 3 miles,
Mm-hmm.
and they can't. They got to go apply for a license and a test and everything else, so they can get one gun.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all numbered and everything else, and VAT taxes on it and everything else. Oh. But then again, you go to the hardware store, you can buy a can.
Yeah. Don't make no sense, does it?
And we got to give up our firstborn to have one, and doesn't make any sense.
Nope, and it doesn't. So Jerry Potter, who's kind of been messaging back and forth with me on the podcast page all week, joined us, and he actually works for Henry Repeating Arms as a setup machinist, and he's been reloading for 4 years. So welcome. I'm down just outside of the 75 square miles of insanity, surrounded by reality known as Madison. Jerry, I would like to pop up to Rice Lake and take a tour sometime if they do that. Otherwise, But can you tell them to make a Thrifty Legend lever gun, for crying out loud? Nobody makes a 350 lever gun. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. So anyway, so
He's been reloading for 4 years. Okay.
Yeah. Awesome. Oh, Red Wings game must be over. I hear in the background.
$35 Whalen.
Actually, Raggle Fraggle, I'm pretty sure that there are some 35 Whalen lever guns out there somewhere. But
that's a long cartridge.
Yeah.
That's got to be in like a 95 in order for that to work. That would have to be in an 1895 size rifle. He's at the Ladysmith plant, Mike.
Oh,
Not
Ladysmith?
right foot. Yeah.
I didn't know there was a Ladysmith plant. I'm behind the times there, I guess. Even better.
Yeah, I can see them trying to put together a 1895 size lever gun. That would be.
Todd, as of now, no, unless I get funding to pay for it. I have everything. I have my badge and everything approved and everything. I got my media credentials, but I do not. Winchester 1895 35 win. That doesn't do us any good.
No, but to fit a 35 Wayland into a lever gun would have to be in the 1895 size.
Right. Oh my goodness. That's funny. So.
They closed New Jersey plant down.
Yep.
I wonder why.
Yeah, they finally did.
Yeah.
So, okay, 4 years. Yep, finally closed New Jersey. So, I knew they closed New Jersey because they had, oh, crikey, the owner, Anthony, I think, on Gresham a while back, and he said they were closing Jersey this year. I guess I wasn't paying attention when he was talking about Ladysmith, or he just might have said Wisconsin. So, but anyway, that's exciting.
Yeah.
So now all of Henry's will be made in the best state in the union.
When did they move to Wyoming?
You got a couple people moved by you, didn't you?
Wisconsin is not the best state in the union as much as I'd like to say it is, because there's too many anti-gun people here. One is too many anti-gun people.
They don't have any in Wyoming.
They did.
The only anti-gun in Wyoming is Jackson Hole. We don't really consider Jackson Wyoming anymore.
Yeah.
No, it's like crap.
Yeah. Anytime you look at an election, the entire state, other than that county, is red.
Oh, so Ladysmith's about probably 20 minutes east of Rice Lake. Anyway.
Very true, Raggle.
Yeah. Pretty much. So, Yeah, someday I want to get a Henry, but
I know I've been eyeballing ever since they released that Hush series and getting one in 3030.
I almost had the 17, but then I had a couple bills come up that I had to pay, so that kind of killed buying that. Yep. So, all right. So back to the X10. Hi, Ollie. How are you, Ollie? I got bad news for you, bud. You're gonna move. I didn't like that idea. Well, that didn't work out. So, um, there we go.
Pretty.
Well, it is now because we got you goofies. No, Ollie's not watching the game. Ollie's right at my feet. So Ollie needs to move. Beep beep. Hi, Ollie. So, there we go. Hi, Ollie. Yeah, I know you're not happy. You had to move. We'll put that over there where it belongs. Those are shotgun holes. I don't know why I set them there. And a big ass bolt. Interesting. Doesn't sound as cool as brass. So, we're on to our next part of this mess. I could have swore this was the destructions. There we go. All right. So, um, he kind of had this all set up for the most part, but there is some other stuff to do. I'm not sure. This is 3D printed. Oh, that's a bottle funnel. Well, that's weird. For like the metal bottles or the metal powder containers. Interesting. So, um, so basically, we got to put the priming system back together and the powder dispenser and that fun stuff. So, we got some parts here. We're gonna figure out what we're gonna do with. So we got the shell plate done. Install priming assembly. That's already on there. Locator buttons are done. All right. JT Schwing, Chris has. So, Chris, you can talk about the 6 arc.
So yeah, JT, I built a 6R a few years ago. Um, Mainly, I did it because I wanted a decent coyote gun. Because especially out here in Wyoming, we get obviously high winds. Um, and I looked at some of the other, like you probably saw in the chat, or kicked around the 22 arc. But when you looked at the bullet weight and trying to buck the wind, that's what one of the reasons why I opted with the 6 arc. I did go with the gas gun, mainly because it's become a coyote gun. And I wanted those faster follow ups. That way, if you had a few coyotes coming in, it'll be a lot easier. Um, I've shot suppressed, unsuppressed. I've been using mostly factory ammo right now. I was talking about that earlier. Trying to burn through that. I will be working up some loads. I'll probably hold off to early spring when it gets warmer. But so far, even with the factory stuff from Hornady, it's been pretty accurate. Um, I did hyperfire trigger. I did some the higher end stuff on it because it was one of those buy once cry once type things. Uh, so far out here, um, it's been I've been pretty happy with it. I know a few other people I've had them take the rifles out just so they can play around with it because they a bunch of coyote hunters I know, and they've since built just uppers to throw in their ARs. If you already got an AR, I'll tell you right now, just build an upper. It's the easiest thing to do, unless you're like me and then you keep telling yourself you're going to build an upper and just an upper, then you end up building a complete rifle anyway. Just because, yeah, I get lazy and I don't want to change the uppers out. It'd be a lot easier. I could probably get a lot more calibers, but yeah, it's been a pretty good. Been pretty happy with it. No, Paul, I didn't see the 80th anniversary. And that's the thing. They're only 2 hours away from me, Weatherby, and I still have not been to their shop yet. And I don't know how many times I've driven by it.
I just wondered it is really a pretty rifle with a carbon fiber barrel, really pretty wood stock and everything,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also 12 G's.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I've finish up with JT though real quick. Recoil on the 6 arc, honestly, to me, because it's in the AR platform, it's a little bit heavier than say something with a carbon fiber barrel, because I put the bull barrels on it to give some weight. So it's not the lightest thing. The recoil is not honestly much more than the 223. You can tell there's more. If you can find somebody close to you that's got one, that even if at that range, see if they'll let you shoot it. Because I know if you're out here, I'd be like, cool, let's go to the range, bring your kids out, and that way they could see it firsthand, or you could. But I don't think the recoil is bad on the 6R.
No, it's not bad on the 6R.
No.
It's a powder puff, really.
Yeah.
9 and 10-year-olds, no problem.
Yeah.
I started my 12-year-olds on a 6 Remington with 100 grain bullets, and it's got in a lightweight rifle, so you can get them to shoot a 6 arc without a problem. With an AR that's weighing in the 8-pound range.
Yeah, and I think mine's might. I haven't weighed it, but I'd say it's probably between the 8-9 pound mark. Then if you put, depending on what you throw on for optic, if you're putting an actual, like I have a big rifle scope, throws a little bit more extra weight there too. So, but then again, I also shoot suppress, so that help knocks the recoil down a little bit. Of course, the bolt gets dirty as hell. But yeah, Paul, I know Weatherby's like literally
Yeah,
what,
you
two
know,
hours, 2.5 hours up the road, and we've driven by it more times going to Montana to visit the in-laws and stuff. And I keep saying, "Hey, we need to stop there."
hmm
My problem is Weatherby is one of those ones you have to be either a like as my little shop, I'd have to be a stocking dealer,
yeah,
um, or I go through the big distributors. But I did reach out to them because uh, I was looking at one of their new ones. That's basically got the MNT or MDT H&T's 26 stock on it. They're
hmm
307 lightweight, and I was like, because some of the distributors they had the 300 PRC and one wouldn't, and then they would have the 7. And I just reached out to them. They're like, "Here's their regional rep. Reach out to." I think his name was Justin, and it sounded like I could set up. I might not get as good as a deal as like say Davidson's or the bigger distributors,
right,
Lipsy's, Sanders, but I could still buy direct and still get a discount to kind of, because my dilemma was I looked at what based off what I could see on the bigger distributors, what dealer price was
hmm
versus building a rifle for somebody. And honestly, if I'm trying to go to apples to apples, um, at the dealer cost, it's almost a wash from what I would do. Carbon fiber barrel, similar chassis stock. Um,
yeah. It's expensive to
yeah.
build when when you're going that lightweight um, chassis type system. It
Hmm.
gets expensive real fast
Hmm.
because they value their carbon fiber barrels at nine hundred
Hmm.
dollars, and and that's the barrel. Then you get it spun up and get everything mounted and everything, and all of a sudden you're in the 3 grand, 4 grand range.
Yep.
You know, um,
Yeah. And
but,
I mean, depending on who you're using for the action, I mean, it could be as little as something, say $1,100 or up
mhm.
to close to 2 grand just for the action alone, depending on what you're trying
Oh
to
yeah,
do.
oh yeah. Um, just back to JT for a minute.
Hmm.
She didn't like the 243. Um, what kind of stock was she running it in?
Well, and I'll tell you right now, I have the 243 that my dad bought me hell when I was 9, 10, and it's a Remington Model 7. It's got the wood stock,
Mhm.
the hunter profile barrel, and typical rifle we all would find when we grew up. I will shoot my 6 arc every day, all day over that 243 because that 243 just you know you're comparing apples to oranges. Um, but it was just it seemed like it punched a lot harder than that 6 arc.
A gas gun too. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
JT says it was a gas gun.
Hmm.
Wow. Well, it's in an AR-10 then. That's a big platform for a girl.
Hmm.
Um,
And I'm surprised on that because AR-10s are inherently heavier than the AR-15
yeah,
platform.
'cause,
Because I got an AR-10 in 6.5 Creed, and that's a powder puff because it weighs so friggin' much.
yeah.
I
So
only
I
made the
just
mistake of carrying that hunting once.
I just attached the return rod. There's a set screw here that it goes into, and there's a little retainer, and then the spring. There's a groove cut in for the spring sitting there, and then you got the little spring seat here. There's a C clip underneath, or an E clip underneath, and then down at the bottom it's threaded for where it goes into the base. So, and then it's got two jam nuts to hold it in place. So this goes back here. And where I've got my hand right now, it's knurled. It's knurled right here for turning it. So. And that's a lot of turning. So then that comes through the bottom.
So you're building a 6.5 needs more in an AR-10. Okay. With a heavy barrel or with a standard barrel? And how long?
Good grief. I can't get the dang nut to start on the backside. There we go, finally.
22-inch and a heavy barrel. Okay. That's long for an AR-10. Most people stop at 20 inches.
So
a heavy barrel.
And then if there was a piece of brass there, then this would go up and come back down automatically. So
I think not. That's something you can sit in a place and just wait for him to walk by. But I started my girls out with a Remington 700 in 6mm Remington, and I bought a fiberglass stock for it, and then I cut the stock down so it fit them perfectly. And put a big recoil pad on it from Packmeyer, and they started shooting it at about 10 years old, and at first I loaded 75 grain bullets up for them in the 6mm rem, and that way they didn't have too much recoil to worry about, and kept the loads down in the under 3,000 feet per second. The first guns they were shooting besides the 22 was a Remington varmint gun in 223, which between the two girls, they both wore the barrel out on that one a couple times. But yeah, that one was when they were started about 8 or 9 years old at that time with that gun. By the time they were 12, when they could hunt deer, the 6 millimeter Remington was the gun that they liked, and they could shoot well.
So I just put the primer assembly back on. He took it off for shipping, ease of shipping. So I'm just putting that back on.
Running with scissors. Good night. Just a quick FYI, I'm still thinking about that team class, team meeting, and you can write an email to me. I posted it on Discord. You can go look there and send me an email if you're thinking about getting on with that team meeting.
And no show next week.
Oh, that's right. No show next week.
So what time is it? Oh, it's 8:30.
Yep. Thanksgiving next week coming up, guys.
Yep. No show.
Yeah, our friend Sam works at Thunderbeast put a video out. Looks like Thunderbeast is coming out with an AR suppressor.
Oh,
Interesting.
nice.
Yeah. He
Short.
did his teaser. Yeah, if you go on Thunderbeast's Facebook page, you can see the video. When did they put it out? November 13th. Of course, on Sam's video, it says, it gives you all the information of what the rifle is and all that optics. I think he's running a Leopold. But it says suppressor, then it blurs out what they're doing. And of course, his teaser is basically info, type, weight, length, etc. will all be released more when it gets closer. I'd be willing to bet, like they've done before, they'll probably drop early January, right before SHOT, and they'll have it sitting at their booth. But
Nice.
I did that little snippet. Looking at it, when you snip it and kind of zoom in on that picture, that thing can't be much more than 6-7 inches. And if you look at the end cap, you can tell around it, they've got all the little ports to vent the gas out. And looking at guessing in comparison to the AR he's got it on, that's an awful big to be. I would say it's probably going to be in that 338 to cover everything, because I'd be willing to bet they could probably throw it on that 8.6, because the end cap looks a little big to be even a 30 cal.
Is it going to be a QD mount?
He just teased it. There's no information on it.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was like, damn you. I hate when those companies do that. It's like, I want more. I want to kind of know, because you got me kind of thinking now, what is this going to be?
JT, switch stocks out on that. Get a collapsible stock, and find one where you can find a recoil pad to mount on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then put a piece of foam up on top for a cheek piece for her. As I'll bet you 20 to 1 she's too low on the stock, and she's getting a lot of felt recoil that way.
Yep.
Well, you got the primer system back on, Mike. You got the case feeder.
Yep.
You got the powder measure on. Does it index?
I don't have any brass to try and put in there right now because I don't know where I put it. Hi, Ollie. I got to make sure the um, plate's correct. So basically, the nice thing about this is for the case feeder, um, it's, I don't know, is it two different ones? Or is it just flip over? Yeah, look at that. It's two separate ones.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's just sitting in there. So I got to set that yet. But so next we want to take our tube for a case feeder. And I think I have this off 90 degrees because that's supposed to go into there and then into there. I don't know. Maybe it does go at an angle. Yeah, I've got that off. That's better. So there's a little access port here for or a little lever to clear. So it clears out jams if you have any without actually having to stop it. So oh, creaky.
Hey, JT, something to consider when Paul was talking about buttstocks. Look at Fab Defense, FAB Defense. They make absorbing buttstocks. I had one on a 338 Lapua that did help on that Lapua, and I believe they're making variants for the AR platform now. It basically has a buffer / spring in there that helps absorb some of that recoil. That may help, and they're about on par for everybody else's buttstocks as far as price goes.
All right, so we're gonna stop here, gang, because first off, it's 8:40. But we're gonna start diving into stuff where it's set up and configuring and yada yada. So at this point in time, we're gonna go from there. Glad Chris could join us tonight. That was an awesome and nice surprise. So
It really was, yes. Good to see you again and talk to you, sir.
absolutely.
Well, like I've been staying in contact with. Like, it's been a interesting year. Dad passed in March, so then we had to help Mom get a lot of stuff situated because things weren't lined up where they need to be to get her taken care of. And inherited a C8 Corvette that, don't ask me why he bought that at 75. I think he bought it. I drove that from Maine back to here. Don't recommend doing a 5-day trip in a sports car in 2.5 days. Not the most comfortable thing. But then, we're still dealing with Stacy's stuff from that accident last year where somebody tried to drive through that restaurant and ended up putting her in the hospital for a couple of days. So we've been getting her taken care of. But she's doing a lot better. Yeah, so we're definitely heading in the right direction, but we're still dealing with that. So it's just been, it's like nonstop going from this to that.
Oder, good night. You have a good evening, okay? And thank you for staying up to 2:40 in the morning.
Yeah. Good night, Oder.
Night, Oder.
Wow. Paul Loud found something interesting in the Cabela's gun library. And he might have mentioned this in the chat earlier. I don't know. A Savage 110 in 6.5 PRC in an $800 Wooks stock for $1,000.
I'd buy it just for the stock.
Right.
You can always swap it out to, if you didn't want the 6.5 PRC, you could always swap it out to a different caliber.
Well, that's why I got this. It was for the stock.
Yeah.
And the fact that
Savages are easy to change out.
it's a Mauser action, so I can rebarrel it if I need to. But we'll get to that later. So happy Thanksgiving early to everybody. Speaking of Thanksgiving,
Yep.
Here's your Patriot Patch Company things of the month. Hi, Bench Addict. You missed him showing it off. So this is Ryan's original drawing. And here is your Thanksgiving sticker and morale patch. It says eat more pork. And he's got a 1911 on it. So it's kind of interesting to look at the sticker next to the patch. The sticker is a little different on the chamber opening. Unless that's just the reflection. Oh, that's just the reflection. Never mind. Oh, no, it is. It is different. So. Hello, Eric. You missed us going over some Black Friday ads. And then I put the powder dispenser on the X10, FX-10, whatever the hell it is. And so on and so forth. And then the other thing Jake does is for Thanksgiving, he also gives a Black Friday patch. And this is this year's Black Friday patch. It says cart sniped. So there we go. So that's the patch of the month for this month. If you want to be a patch of the month club member, go over to firearmsradio.net/category/podcast/reloading-2 and click on support the show. If you want to get a cool Reloading Podcast t-shirt like Paul's got, or a sweaty or a hoodie, or you want to get a cool Reloading Podcast tumbler, there's the extruded powder, there's the brass, and there's the American flag. The American flag is by far the best. With what money, Jackwagon?
Details. We'll work those out later.
I'm sorry, I'm not running around with the Chair Force budget. So I have the Coast Guard budget, all right?
So you owe money is what you're saying.
Exactly. Exactly. See, I figured you would understand that.
Yep.
So, ooh, nice.
Yeah, wow.
Where did you find that?
No kidding.
You can't be the first owner unless it's been sitting in a gun store for 20 years. But that's impressive, even if you're second owner. So.
Oh, I mean, think about it. How many people out there buy stuff and just stick it and never use it?
Yep.
There's a lot.
Where?
Not here, but I know there are some.
It gets used. It gets used.
Oh, yeah. So, sitting with an FFL for 20 years. What?
Wow. That's impressive.
So, Bench Addict would like you to call him after the show.
Yep.
Never fired till I got it. Well, I hope you fired it now because it deserves to be shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I understood what you meant. I speak drunk. I mean Wisconsin. Same difference.
Yep.
Oh, it's hilarious. Now that we're getting into the winter season, the Wisconsin drinking memes and stuff are starting to come back out.
Yeah, it's also getting close to snowmobile season, so that's when they really start to drink.
I've made the trip from Eagle River to Marinette a few times and back, and I usually only remembered about I don't remember most of those trips. I really don't.
Nope.
Nope.
You snowmobile for 10 minutes, you stop at a bar.
That's
30 minutes later, you leave, you snowmobile another 10 minutes, you stop at another bar. And if you're lucky, they got cards where you get a card at each one, and
yeah.
then,
I did. I looked at the cards and I'm like,
what are they for?
Wait, where? When?
Yep.
It's definitely an experience, though.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So while you're at the firearms or firearmsradio.net/category/podcast/reloading-2. By the way, I've not been drinking tonight. That's funny. Yeah, poker running snowmobiles, pretty much. So when you're over there, you can go buy our merch, and you can go to Southern Gales Crafts and get all that fun stuff. Also, swing over to camerado.net and use coupon code RELOAD. Save you 5%. But more importantly, go over to EP Integrations. And I want to give it right, so I got to go back and look. Well, that's a little wait. There we go. What? How did I miss it? There's the 35 Whalen. There it is. All right. So when you head over to EP Integrations, from now until January 2nd, now it would be November 18th, you can save 5% off site-wide using Reloading Podcast, the number 5, off. So swing over and check that out. I'll put that coupon code in Discord. I'll also put it in the show notes. Yeah, those things. So, shut up, Chris. So, that's about all I got for now. So on that note, keep your brass shiny.
Shoot smarter, not harder.
Grandpa told me, don't listen to your mama. Violence does solve problems.
Especially when you use high explosives.
Always.
Just remember,
Serious
putty is fun. So, support the Second Amendment. Support organizations that support the Second Amendment. If you're one of those people like me that said, I ain't giving money to the NRA until Wayne's gone, well, he's gone. He's been gone a while. And speaking of, one of the last cronies of importance on the board resigned this week, or last week. What the hell was his name? Double B. So anyway, now I got to look up his name. He was president and then vice president. Wow, I put 2025 and it somehow changed it to 2015.
Good night, Clifford.
So, um, yeah, unfortunately, the drawback is the people that are bailing are going over to the NRA Foundation, which is the group that runs the Friends of the NRA stuff. So now you got to start watching that. Keep an eye on that stuff. But I can't find it quick. But anyway, Gresham talked about it on his show last Sunday. He also had Timothy Knight on, who was one of the 3 whistleblowers back in 2019 that was a board member that got basically forced out, along with 2 others. So, because they called attention to what was going on and tried to get an investigation going, and it got squashed quick. So, kind of gives insight into some of the stuff. But yeah, I mean, definitely hop back on. Also, there's a lot of organizations that need your help because lawsuits are really expensive, especially with the way things have gone, where they get to the Supreme Court vacates and remands, and then it's got to go back to the lower courts, and the lower court said, well, screw you, we're not going to do what you want, and you got to take it back to the Supreme Court again. So, like the magazine ban case from California that just is hopefully going to make it back to the Supreme Court. So, California Pistol and Rifle Association, if you want to send some money to them, that's an awesome idea because California's got a lot of crappy gun laws and they spend a lot of money on lawyers. So, anyway,
A lot of taxpayer money.
well, California does.
Yeah.
But the people fighting them spend money too. So,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's expected since half the population in California lives in a tent or in a box.
Yeah. Right. So, but yeah, support Second Amendment Foundation, GOA, FPC, or a couple of the other ones that are pretty good, that have done some really good work for lawsuits. So, but the biggest thing you can do is figure out who's running for midterms and find out what they believe and what they're going to vote for. Because that's kind of a 2 thing. What they believe is one thing, but if they're going to go along party lines and yada yada, then that's not going to be very helpful. So, that's kind of where we're at with that. But make sure you're paying attention to your local, your state, and your national stuff going on. Make sure you're contacting them nicely. Best way to do that, especially for the Congress critters, is via snail mail because they can't ignore it. If they get 100,000 actual physical letters, they can't ignore those. It's not like a voicemail which they can ignore or an email they can ignore. Physical mail, they can't ignore that. So, but remember to be nice. So,
well, and also, if the Congress critter you're after is voting the wrong way, the primaries are coming up.
support those people running against them.
Right. Even if they lean the wrong way, put a fear into your congressperson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you're in one of those craptacular states where you can only vote one party, then vote for their people running against them.
Put them out of business.
If they don't make it out of the primary, they can't get reelected.
Yeah.
So keep that thought in mind, kids. Most importantly, speaking of thoughts, if you are having thoughts that you might want to harm yourself, 988 or 1-800-273-8255. Reach out, get some help. If you're just thinking life sucks and I need to do something about it, There's lots of resources out there. Start with Walk the Talk America. Good place to start. We want you here. We need you here. It's not just bullshit that I say every week. It's serious. So you are, there's all these sweatshirts running around with, that you are enough, and there is somebody here that, they're kind of cool, and some of them are just rip-offs of the people that founded them, and you can't really find out who created them and all that stuff anymore. But they give a good message. There's a reason that Jesus said, love your neighbors as yourself. And when he said neighbors, he wasn't talking about literally the people living next to you. He's talking about everybody you run into. So um, we've become really jaded and really assholish in this society. We need to stop. And we as, an armed society is a polite society. Well, yeah, because everybody has manners because they're worried about getting shot. But we need to go beyond that. And we need to set the trend so that when the mainstream media and every town and the other craptaculars are trying to say, well, gun owners are bad people, we can go, no, look, we're nice here, we're doing this, we're doing that. You know, we're civic minded as well as fighting for our right that we shouldn't have to fight for in the first place because it's not guaranteed by the government. So anyway.
Hey guys, look at if you need help, if you know someone that needs help, Reloading Podcast, give us,
Yeah.
if you're in Illinois, I'll get you in with somebody. Okay.
Most of the time, your employers now have an EAP program, which provides free counseling. So check with your human resources or whatever.
And don't be afraid to go to them.
Yep.
Please don't be afraid.
Get the help you need before it's too late. So, other side note, there's a lot of crap that goes on in the trades, joking wise, and so on and so forth. But unfortunately, there was a bad situation that happened. A 20-year-old female welder was bludgeoned to death with a sledgehammer by a coworker last week in Minnesota. The worst part is she'd gone to HR 5 times. If you're on a job site and you know that there's conflict between a couple of coworkers, keep your eyes and ears peeled. It's ridiculous that this person lost their life because the other person just didn't like her for whatever reason. Obviously, there's some issues going on, something or other, but our jobs is, you got to look out for your coworkers no matter what situation you work in. So, obviously, don't put yourself in. You got to decide what level of danger you're willing to put yourself into. But if you see something going on that shouldn't be going on, I'm not telling everybody snitches, but keep an eye out. So, but ultimately, remember, unfortunately, HR is protecting the companies, not the employees. I don't care where you go. I've never worked for or been a part of an HR department that looks out for the employees. They're always looking out for the company. Even the one that I worked in. So the parts store HR was always for the company. Bass Pro, the HR is always for the company, pretty much everywhere you go.
Well, yeah, of course.
So, but yeah, so, keep an eye out. So,
yep.
I'm wanting to build a 6mm to 6.5mm something to get into PRS. First custom bolt, good. David, have you gone to any PRS matches? If not, I recommend you go and watch and see who's shooting what and how well they're shooting. So ask questions. They always want to share information. So
Here's a cartridge right here, 6GT for PRS. No, really, it's a great PRS cartridge, 6mm.
yeah. So
Um,
yeah, I mean there's 6GT, there's 6BR, there's 6.5 Creedmoor, 6.5,
6XC.
6XC, 6 Creedmoor, um,
If you can't
6.5
make it
PRC.
to an actual match, if you go to precisionrifleblog.com, they actually do surveys of what the pros are using.
Mm-hmm.
That might help you steer in the right direction if they're in a match. Because I just looked up right now, 6-dasher is the number one use, 6GT, then the 2.5 Lepore, 25 Creed, 6.5 Creed, then 308 6. So, but
Mm-hmm.
6-dasher is it's far out doing the 6GT right now. But like Mike said, though, get out there and see what a lot of the people are
Well,
using.
6GT is newer as well. So
Yeah. And it's like any newer cartridge when you're competing with a cartridge that's been used for a minute.
Yep.
It's going to take a second.
Yep. So, all right. Look out for your friends. Look out for your neighbors. Keep an eye out for people, especially going into the sad seasons. And sad is not just like the feeling, but seasonal. I don't remember what the A stands for, but just depression is the D. So, and it is a legit thing. We start to get longer nights and shorter days. And so keep an eye out for people. Watch for changes. Remember, you can't force them, but you can be there, love on them, and let them know that they're needed. So, all right, gang, have a good night. Have a good Thanksgiving. For Americans,
Everybody.
Canadians, you already had your Thanksgiving. You're sorry out of luck. Go to work.
Guys, good night.